it's just been a really difficult situation, and just just know that these animals, they mean more to me than I can really like put into words. And I'm just sorry. I'm really sorry that it happened. And I'd say I won't let anything like that happen again. But it's not like I really planned for it. Hey y'all, it's Kara and Franklin out here, and I've tried to make this video I don't know how many times, but I am just going to keep the video rolling, and that's going to be that. I'm just going to keep it going because this is just really hard for me to talk about, and I just can't. I can't. Um, yeah, but yesterday while I was at work, I got a message from my dad. I got multiple messages, and when I looked at my phone, I knew immediately it wasn't good because like they never text me that much at work. Not both of my parents, at the same time. And I finally got a second where I could look, and my dad had messaged me that Franklin um, had been attacked. And immediately my fear was like, is he still with us? Is there any hope whatsoever that he can be okay? And so I asked him, and like, what happened? And he said he heard yelling from inside the house. This was way into the pasture, like a few hundred yards away from the house, probably at least. And my dad inside the house could hear Franklin screaming, just absolutely yelling out in pain. And when he got out there, my dad found Bear, a Great Pyrenees that we tried to rescue. We did rescue. I mean, he was in a horrible, neglectful situation where he hadn't had his fur brushed like ever. Not there, anyways. He had never been caught there or loved on. And I mean, he was so matted. So we went and we got this dog, and we also were needing another livestock guardian. And a Great Pyrenees, they are a livestock guardian dog breed. They were originally bred to guard livestock, sheep and goats, or I think sheep specifically were the first thing that they were selected to guard. But he had been guarding animals there. They had cattle next door that he would guard. He would go over there and guard them. And he had not had any known issues, allegedly, with other animals or anything. And so we brought Bear home. We caught him after hours of trying to catch him and gaining his trust. He finally allowed me to catch him, and we brought him home. And we got him all brushed out. We combed out or cut out his mats, his matted hair. We went and got him fixed. We got him his shots. And he warmed up to us so much. He learned that people could be good and trusted, and that, good things could happen around people. Like, they really could. He could feel our love, and he obviously could show his love in his face as well. So we fell in love with him. But and we introduced him to the goats, watched him carefully, and he did so well with them. He did unbelievably well with them. So calm, just laying there, not showing too much interest in them. And we had a few babies already. Nova had been born, who was Emma's daughter, and she was just a few weeks old, but he didn't do anything with her, nothing at all. Fast forward a few weeks, and there were more babies on the farm. Honey had her triplets. Penny had kidded with her baby boy that I was thinking about keeping. And one day, Brett came out and saw that there was a baby goat laying down, no longer alive, beside Bear. And when he looked at this baby, he saw that, it looked like it had been carried around the midsection, kind of like a puppy would be carried, or, I don't know. It wasn't like a vicious attack looking thing. It was one singular puncture. So I thought, okay, he messed up. He carried an animal. He carried one of the baby goats and applied a little too much pressure. It was also the frailest baby goat that we had this entire season. So we had them separate. We had the babies put up in this exact pen that I'm in, actually. This is the pen that the babies were put up in. And a few days later, I woke up to hearing baby goats screaming. And I ran outside as fast as I could. Some of you watched the video, y'all know what happened. But I came outside, and I thought everything was okay because that baby goat that was screaming was still there, standing, running around. And then I looked over to in front of this very pen. And in front of this pen, there were three baby goats laid in a row that were either gone or they were very close to fading out, and then were gone quickly after. And I thought, well, I tried to rationalize it. You know, when you care for something, you don't want to believe that something, like, they would do anything bad, or like something that is incompatible with your needs. But anyways, the baby goats, they had somehow pushed through this wire on this front gate here. And one by one, I guess, as they went out, he got them. And I thought, okay, maybe they were stuck in that wire as they were trying to go out. None of the adult animals were harmed at all. I thought maybe he played them too hard, which obviously all of that is red flags. But it's just dumb, I know, looking back, but I wanted to give him another chance because he had been so good until this happened. And I didn't know if he was really trying to be vicious, or if he was playing, or just didn't understand why baby goats might be screaming that were stuck in some metal. And we moved him over to where there were only adult goats, where he has been for months with no issue. Absolutely no issue. Until yesterday, when I got that call from my dad. Not that call, those text messages. And Franklin, he was on the absolute verge of not being with us. When he was found, like in the picture, my dad ran out there, went to him, found Bear right beside him, his mouth right beside his neck. Not still on it, but obviously in that amount of time, that's what happened. Just punctures all along his neck, his front legs. And Franklin's just laying there. He doesn't look like he's gonna make it. He looks like he's already gone in the picture I get. And I mean, I've got to give it to my work, man. I immediately was like, can somebody cover me? And they were like, go. We got you, go. Within 5 minutes, I was able to leave and head home. And I knew if I could get home and he was still alive, like there would be some hope, because he was going into shock. He was in shock. He was laying sideways, just shaking, um, not moving his legs, just all sprawled out. And shock, I mean, it can take him out so fast. It's terrifying, especially for like goats. And so I got home. I came over to my house first because I have like really good pain medication I got from the vet for them, just in case of an emergency, or like when I banned the boys to make them into wethers, just to like help relieve their pain. It's one of the best things you can give them. And so I got the Banamine. I got the molasses that I give to the moms after they kid out. And um, I got a CDT booster, even though I know like a tetanus antitoxin would be so much better to have on hand. I gave that to him. But then I rushed over there to where he was. He was laying in the back of my dad's truck because we were about to take him to the vet, but I felt like getting him out of shock was the most important first thing to do. And I gave him the Banamine, that pain medication. And before I did that, I did check his temperature, and it was at like 102 point something, which gave me hope, because goats, their temperature needs to be between 101.5 and 103.5. So seeing he hadn't dropped in temperature yet, at least peripherally, man, that gave me the hope I needed to keep acting quickly. Of course, I would have still been acting, but it was encouraging, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so I gave him that Banamine. I put molasses before I did anything. I don't know. I got molasses, dipped my finger in it, and ran it inside his gums just to hopefully give him some energy. I gave him vitamin B12. Um, all the things I thought could help him, I gave him, which that was it. And then also getting him sternal, so getting him propped up. When they're laying down, you don't want them laying down like that, because, well, their rumen function and all that can be just messed up when they're laying down. They could possibly bloat, or who knows, maybe it's easier to aspirate like that. But all I know is when I got him sat up, and this is what it looked like, he instantly looked better. He looked like he had some stuff going on mentally whenever I sat him up. And he was able to barely hold his neck up, but not like this. Not like this at all. And I reached out to my vet. He is awesome, by the way. I reached out to him, sent him a video of what was going on, and within a few hours, I was able to go pick up medication for him. It was a mix of antibiotics and a steroid shot. And I've already given him 2 doses. He got one yesterday, he got one today, and he's going to get one tomorrow and the next day. And then he should be better. Hopefully, that should take care of it, especially since we're seeing this continued improvement with Franklin. But y'all, Franklin, he means a lot to me. I know y'all haven't seen a lot of him, but Franklin, he was born last year, and I usually don't keep boys, especially a boy that's going to be a wether, but he just won me over. He has an amazing personality. He's so friendly. You may have seen him come up to me in some of the videos, and the thought of something so horrible happening to such a sweet animal, it's just really heartbreaking. And Franklin, he was in so much distress. He actually had tears, like how we cry, coming out of him. Oh, he's leaning on me. So sweet. But yeah, he had real tears coming out of his eyes. And oh, he's trying to stand up. He's just not quite there yet without assistance. But oh, what was I saying? He had tears and he was screaming. Every few seconds, he would let out this loud, just awful sound. Um, and I didn't know what the most ethical thing to do there was. Do I keep trying to treat him or like just end his pain, you know? But I knew the Banamine would kick in, and I just wanted to give him a chance. And he seemed to also want to fight and try. Man, he has. Oh, so I went to the vet and I got those antibiotics and the steroid shot combos, and I brought that, and I found him laying sideways again, and propped him up. He had drool on the side of his neck and face. Propped him up, gave him that steroid and antibiotic, and I mean he's been doing well. This morning I found him laying sideways, and I propped him up this morning, and this entire day, every single time I've checked him, he has been laying up like this, sitting up. And oh, it's just such a good sign. Another thing too is yesterday he wouldn't even drink like regular out of a bucket. I was having to give him liquids through a syringe in his mouth, which he did not appreciate, did you, Franklin? That was not fun. No, he did not enjoy that. But today, this morning when I came out, I offered him water like up to his face, and he drank. And like that was such a big deal. I feel like I know he's gone through a lot, but if he keeps improving and fighting to get better like he is, he deserves like everything that we can do to help him. And I'm just so very thankful that I really do think he's going to be okay, and the vet seemed to think so as well. So, as far as like changes here at the farm, um, first off, obviously Bear couldn't be here anymore. What we did is we put him in a crate. We have a large crate that he fits well into. We put him in there with food and water. As soon as this incident happened, my dad did that. And we only let him out of that to go to the bathroom, and then put him back up, and let him stretch his legs and stuff, and then put him back up after, because we just couldn't risk it. And we had to make like a decision because we knew he couldn't be here. And honestly, I didn't feel comfortable like with him going to almost anywhere because of how old he seemed. So fine around these animals, and then could just snap for what reason, I don't know. I mean, prey drive, yeah, but to not show any response for months and then show a true attack like this, that's scary to me. Like terrifying. And so I went back to the original post where I found him, and obviously like it was impossible almost to catch him. And I sent messages to folks who had like said they were interested or whatever in him as kind of like a last resort to see if any of those would have been like a good placement for him. Now that, I mean, we've gotten him fixed, we got him his shots, we made sure he was heartworm negative, have had him on prevention, socialized him. Like we've done a lot for him, and I mean, he gave us a lot of love too. And miraculously, there was a good placement situation where they didn't have other animals, they didn't have livestock. It was an older couple that really could give so much to him. and not have to worry about him interacting poorly with other animals of any kind. And they had experience with Great Pyrenees already. They had lost their Great Pyrenees, who was also a male, a large male, just like Bear. They had lost him a little over a year ago and still had like a hole in their hearts from that. And so today we did take Bear to meet them, and it did work out. I mean, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing that it worked out, and I'm so thankful for those people giving him a chance in a place where I think he'll be a great fit. Um, and you know, I just don't know what all he went through. Like it was very easy to be mad in that moment, hearing that Franklin, just the sweetest, one of the absolute sweetest animals, and people are like, oh, it's. I mean, someone today said to me, they were like, you'd get rid of a dog because of a goat. It's like, I'm not getting rid of the dog because of a goat. I'm getting rid of the dog because of the dog's behavior and its incompatibility with like my lifestyle and things that I love. But also, like, I don't think people get that livestock or whatever can be like the most amazing pets too. Like Franklin, he has so much expression. I know he's just chilling here right now, but he's sick. Like he has so much expression and joy and loves to hop around in the pasture. Loves to just come up to you and be pet on. And he brings a lot of joy to me and like companionship to me. Like a dog does for many people. Like goats, even though they're hard-headed and stubborn and all the things, like I love them. I genuinely love them. And yes, I would get rid of an animal that doesn't get along with my goats. Like yeah, I don't know. I think it's just hard. A lot of times people get upset whenever you talk about like rehoming a dog or cat specifically. And we tried everything with him. Um and I mean I know that we did a net good in bringing him in and treating Bear and getting him to the place where he could go to a home like he did today, because that couldn't have happened a few months ago. It just couldn't have. He wasn't in that kind of place socially or hygienic wise. So I know we did a good there, even still. But also, all the goats are over here now, and we have Shiloh over here. And I would like to have another guard animal. I'm having a really hard time feeling like I can trust a dog. And I know that's probably just like a trauma experience from what's happened. But I would ask, keep us in your thoughts and prayers about what to do next. Obviously, we removed the threat, but there's still so many coyotes around here, and there's wild dog packs, and I just want to make sure they're safe. And we do have Shiloh. She has been an amazing livestock guardian dog, and I've considered, we've had way better luck with female dogs than male. I've considered maybe getting like a puppy Great Pyrenees female that can be with Shiloh and kind of be trained under her, and be around one that's been around goats already and then can continue growing up around them and always learning and knowing how to act around the goats, like what's acceptable, what is not. Um, I don't know. It's just been a really difficult situation, and just just know that these animals, they mean more to me than I can really like put into words. And I'm just sorry. I'm really sorry that it happened. And could say I won't let anything like that happen again, but it's not like I really planned for it. But it's gonna be okay, I think. We got really, really lucky to get to Franklin in time. And he's tired, but I do think he's gonna be okay. So, as long as he's willing to fight, I am too. And we have a lot of good here. And I think sometimes the bad can really try to overshadow that. But we're going to keep improving and just always learning as we go. And I really appreciate y'all. And we'll be here, right, Franklin? We'll catch him next time. And yeah. Thank y'all.